Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this week we're going to do something a little different. So Trisha Hirschberger is on vacation this week. She's not doing a Naked Truth. However, a channel by the name of That James Wisdom, I think it's James, it's Jayms, I believe, has asked me to do a Naked Truth, and I've done almost every video a fan or other channel has asked. I don't believe this gentleman is a fan of mine. I don't believe he's subscribed. But he asked me to do a video, and I have obliged every person who has asked me to do a video thus far. So what James wanted to know was, what am I looking towards in 2016, I believe. I'm not clear if that's exactly what it is, but what am I expecting in this year? Well, last year I had one unique experience, normally trying a food, for every day of last year, almost. So I'm going to have at least one unique experience for every day of this year. Now that, of course, is recorded in my blog, Richard Reviews Everything. So there's that. I'm hoping to draw at least one comic for every day this year. I'm doing pretty good so far, and that's my comic, Random Street Theater. And I am hoping to get caught up on my comic, Johnny American, which is not easy. It is very difficult for me because it's a lot of work. It's a 4-cell comic. I am currently something like 3 weeks behind, and I don't get to just start wherever that day is. I have to write a comic for every day I intend to have a comic, and I have to eventually draw that comic. So there's no letting myself off the hook there. Every day I'm supposed to have had that comic. I have to still draw that comic despite the fact that it's late, post it for that day, and be done with it. So I'm still struggling with that. 2016 did not start off well for me. For one thing, my car is in the auto shop. I was in a minor accident. It's going to cost me $2,000 because that's the copay on my insurance. And I was terminated shortly before the end of 2015. And I got a letter yesterday informing me that my work has filed another appeal. I believe this is the last appeal they're given to fight my unemployment. Now, James may not be familiar with this because he's an Englishman, I believe. But here in America, how unemployment works is if your employer fires you, but they don't have a good reason, you get unemployment. So they fire you, you file for unemployment, and they find out you file for unemployment. They get billed a certain amount for firing you. And then they can turn around and say, no, I had a good reason for that, so I'm going to get rid of this person. I don't want to pay the unemployment, let them go on welfare. That's how unemployment works in this country. So I filed for it. They appealed it. They lost that appeal. Now I have to appear in front of a judge. And this judge will determine if they have had adequate grounds to terminate me. So this is, I don't know the date of my court appearance yet. This is very unpleasant for me. I mean, I know they've lost once. They know they don't have good standing, but they want to defend their case in front of a judge, and they want to make me show up at a courtroom in order to defend my case in front of that judge. So that's what's going on with me. Hopefully in 2016 I will find another job. Hopefully in 2016 I will finally come up with a decent title for my novel and get it ready to send off to publishers, because, I mean, previously I had sent it off but it really wasn't ready, so there's a lot of that going on. It's a very difficult process for me. I mean, I don't have the kind of friend base who will read my work. It's just, it doesn't happen that way. I have friends that read. I send them my work. They just never get around to it. I'm one of those people who has a very disengaged friend base. And, you know, if you look at the views on my video versus the number of subscribers I have a very disengaged fan base. So there you are. There is a lot of shadow in this video. I just noticed that. Anyway, just as a note, I will be making suggestions for James, but I will make entire videos for them, as there is absolutely no reason not to. This is not the point. If I have something to talk about in a Naked Truth, for these 2 weeks at least, there's no official Naked Truth. It's all unofficial. So if I have a question to ask James there, I will make an entire video for it, and hopefully he'll give me some kind of a response. So, James, I hope everything works out for you at the university. I'm glad you got your promotion. And, you know, keep on trucking there. Life is hard for most of us. I hope it's not as hard for you as it is for me. I'm Richard.